Birmingham, Alabama. Not exactly known for its thriving gay nightlife scene, more like casseroles and church on Sunday. But tucked away like a sequin in a toolbox was Mabel's beauty shop and chainsaw repair. It was the kind of place where you could get your roots touched up, hear the latest gossip, and have your lawnmower fixed by the most skillful hands in Birmingham. All while Dolly Parton blasts on the jukebox and Liberty Bell lip syncs up on stage. It was our little oasis, a place where everyone knew your name and what you drank. It wasn't fancy. It was fierce and fabulous. The decor was early bird special meets and auto parts warehouse, but with curling irons and disco balls. Think plastic-covered floral couches, hydraulic jacks, wash and rinse sinks next to shelves of engine oil and piston rings. This was our home. Mabel, bless her heart, had a knack for making everyone feel like family, even if our family was a little bit rusty around the edges. Mabel's truly was a special place where you could relax with a strong drink, get a new hairdo, and your brakes replaced on your Subaru. Nowhere else on earth would you be blessed with such great service and spicy stories as you would at Mabel's. Let me tell you, honey, at Mabel's, I could just curl up and die. A woman of steel magnolias and spark plugs. Mabel was a force of nature. Imagine a 7-foot-tall drag queen crossed with a heavy diesel mechanic. She could rock a feather boa and fix a Mack truck with equal ease. She had a laugh that could curdle milk and a heart of solid gold. Mabel was one of a kind. One minute, she'd be gossiping about the latest church scandal. The next, she'd be teaching some young thing how to change a tire.
Oh, honey, did she have some stories? About the good old days before dating apps like Grindr and Manhunt, or the time her adult bookstore ran out of paper towels, or the time she wrestled a Tuscaloosa dumpling in hot Cajun boiled peanuts for a bet and donated all the money to save the local beauty night school. Even about the love of her life, a sweet-talking tire salesman who ran off with her dentures, pickup truck, and her best Sunday wig. She was a walking, talking WD-40 and hairspray-scented encyclopedia of Southern gay history and all the best gossip from in and around Birmingham. If it happened, Mabel knew about it. And if you're the kind of person that never has anything nice to say about anyone, she'd say, "Honey, come sit by me."
January 3rd, 1989. The night the music died. It was a cold, blustery Tuesday. Just a few regulars nursing beers and playing darts. Madonna's Holiday played on the jukebox inside the warm and cosy bar, while Liberty Bell was passed out, face down at the bar, her cigarette still hanging from her lips. Mabel was out back, teaching her Chihuahua Tinkerbell how to clean a spark plug on a chainsaw, when BAM! A masked figure barged in, waving a gun around like it was a conductor's baton.
The masked suspect cleaned out the register and made threats to everyone there. But sadly, that wasn't the worst part. Our friend and bartender, David, tragically lost his life during this robbery. Even to this day, police have not found the suspect.
It was like something out of a bad disco song. Only this song didn't have an ending, just a whole lot of heartache and a missing verse. Grief hit us hard. It was like someone had let the air out of our communal tire. But Mabel wouldn't want us to mope and cry. She'd want us to laugh, to celebrate life as messy and loud and wonderful as it can sometimes be. So we did what any self-respecting group of grieving twinks, bears, drag queens, and lumberjack lesbians would do. We invented a cocktail in honor of David.
The Mabel's Magic Elixir was a Bloody Mary on steroids. A heavy shot of vodka, tomato juice, 6 types of hot sauce, a splash of pickle brine, and a garnish of beef jerky. It packed a punch just like our Mabel, and it became our unofficial memorial. Every sip a toast to our friend David, who we just lost yesterday.
Time marched on, like a bad dye job, and things started to change. Birmingham was growing up. New bars opened, fancier places, with craft cocktails and no engine grease on the bar. Mabel's, once the only game in town, started to feel like an old wig. faded, a little frayed at the edges.
We kept it going as long as we could, but the rent went up. Liberty Bell took to the stage less often, and the jukebox one day suddenly died. And the new generation, well, they didn't quite get it. They didn't understand the magic of a place where you could get your hair done and your lawnmower blades sharpened all in one go. They wanted fancier Tide Pod flavoured cocktails and skibidi toilets. So, with a heavy heart and a sigh that smelled faintly of gasoline, Mabel closed her doors for good. But Mabel taught us that life was too short for boring hair and dull chainsaws, and new doors always open up further ahead if you keep thrusting forward and hold onto their ears with a firm grip. We didn't know what she meant at the time, but Mabel had a twinkle in her eye and a big grin.
Mabel said life, like a bad perm, has a way of growing out. Just a few doors down from the old bar, a new sign went up. Eunice Crabtree's cut-rate delicatessen and bait shop. Run by a woman with a quick wit, a mean potato salad recipe that is the star of any Baptist church potluck dinner, and a surprisingly extensive knowledge of fishing bait and charcuterie boards.
It wasn't Mabel. It could never be. But Eunice's smile felt familiar, her wig set in perfection, her nails faintly smudged with gear grease. No, this wasn't Mabel, but this was our new home, a place where the drinks were twice as strong, the jokes were twice as dirty, and the fresh meats were cheap. And the cherished vibes of our beloved Mabel's beauty shop and chainsaw repair lingered in the air. Unforgettable, just like the scent of Aquanet and WD-40. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, stay thirsty, my friends.